Hello, Hero Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I know I am, and today we're going to be cracking open the brand new 2025 Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Carded Wave Chameleon figure. This is based on his animated series look, but I'm going to try it out for my comic book collection because I don't have a Chameleon figure. So, take a look at the back real quick if you want to read anything, see anybody from the Wave. I do actually have Agent Venom in my pile of loot currently, but I probably won't have him for a bit. I definitely wanted to get Chameleon just because I figured he'd be one to sell out from the Wave. And I got him at Target, tried to do a pickup order in store. It sold out in store before the people could actually put it in the basket to put it aside for me. Thankfully, Target.com said that they had some in stock to ship, so I just did that instead and got him here. So let's crack him open. In this video, I'm going to at least check out the accessories, break in the articulation, we'll do a couple comparisons, and I want to do some head swaps. So that's what we'll do. And we're just going to tear apart the retro card because no mint in box figures in my collection. So here he is on the tray. And apparently I've heard that some of the belts have come out bad, that there's a whole section missing. It appears that my belt is fine. So let's go ahead and get him out of the packaging, or the tray, I should say. Let's get the two guns. Come on. He just pops out. And there are the fisted hands. And can't forget that J. Jonah Jameson mask. Okay, now that we've got him out of package, let's break in the articulation and see what we're working with. Looks like it's got a loose collar, so that might be a pain to work with. Do these have the ring? Yes. And I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it through the camera, but there's some weird circles or something. I can't tell if that's the way the plastic is molded or if that's some of the interior mechanisms showing through. It's weird. But there is the shoulder. Okay. Bicep. And I think this guy's mostly new. I think the legs might be reused from a previous figure. I can't place which one, but it does look familiar. Maybe the arms? I don't know. But this isn't quite my Chameleon. I don't really know what my Chameleon, mind's eye is, if I'm being all honest. Because I'm more prone to collecting the comic versions of characters, but even comic Chameleon is a smoker jacket or a suit, so it's, I don't know. Maybe this one will just be a nice bit of color splash in my Spider-Man villains collection. I'm just not sure. I didn't grow up with the animated series. I had seen a few episodes when I was a kid, but it's not where my nostalgia for Spider-Man comes from, or my desire to collect Spider-Man comes from. So I don't have a whole lot of attachment to this particular look. So I don't really, I don't know. It's a fine look, and in terms of a super villain costume, I think it works for Chameleon. I don't know. I don't really have a particular favorite look of Chameleon, if I'm being honest. So we'll just give this a try and see how it feels for my collection. Figure seems pretty good. In terms of articulation, I'll have to really try them out. Got these guns I think we've seen before with Hydra agents. Just cool. Let's get these hands broken in. Yep, they're doing good. And then, of course, we got the J. Jonah Jameson mask. That looks pretty sick. Let's see. You gotta, he holds it like this, I'm assuming. Something like that, after just taking it off. Oh, pretty cool. We'll do a couple quick comparisons, and then we'll try some head swaps really quick. And, okay, so I decided to bring out two Spider-Man figures. Here we have is the animated series retro-carded version of Spider-Man. So this is the one that has the cell shading and is on the First appearance Spider-Man body, not the Sunfire body that came in the VHS 2-pack. So you can see he's smaller than the Chameleon, and then you've got the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, who is a little bit taller than Chameleon. I don't know. I like this pairing, I think, but they both look good. I only have this. I forget even why I have this version of the figure, but he's up in my Spider-Man media shelf. I don't have a dedicated like animated series shelf, so there's that comparison. Of course, I have to bring in J. Jonah Jameson just because of that smushed head. You can see J. He's a significant amount smaller than Chameleon, but this is what's going to start the 2 head swaps that I want to try. So let's try Chameleon on this JJ, so it can maybe have the mask in this hand after, like, say you just ripped it off to surprise somebody or something. The head looks a little large on this body, not gonna lie, but maybe I could fudge it in. Maybe. Let's actually see how big it is compared to this, to JJ's head. It's like ever slightly taller and ever slightly wider, just by a little bit. But I don't know, just something I wanted to try, see what I like in terms of like a photo or something. So let's take JJ out of there, and then let's bring in Matt Murdock, because I wanted to try this Chameleon head on a standard suited body, because if I don't like the animated costume, I wanted to see how it fit here as a potential swap. And yeah, it's a little large still. Putting a gun in the hand, does that help anything? Maybe do this, do that. It's not a terrible look. Again, I think the head is still just a tad bit too large, because this is a MCU-based body, which usually tend to run a little bit smaller than the comic bodies. So as you can see here, it's just ever so slightly shorter. So, I don't know. Definitely, it could work. I could definitely fudge it into a display, but I'm definitely going to give this a try. I don't know yet if I love this costume. So let's put a gun in his hand and just kind of see how he moves. If I can get the trigger finger in. Okay, that's kind of working. Okay. Now let's put this leg forward. And then he's got... Maybe he's attacking Nick Fury. Because I remember that episode vaguely when he's trying to infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. and he uses this belt to scan people, and because Nick Fury has an eye patch, it scanned the side, it put the wrong side, it mirrored the image, that's right. So people were able to figure out who Chameleon was, which Nick Fury was Chameleon. Yeah, I've watched a good portion of the animated series. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm sorry for all you animated series fans out there, but it is just not for me. And let's see, let's try this again. And let's see how it looks if, maybe he's just, he just ripped it off. Yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad. You can get creative with this. But it's a cool little accessory. I'm glad they included something. Swappable heads would have been cool in terms of other characters that we maybe wouldn't see from a full figure, like a Robbie Robertson or something like that. But yeah, it's a cool figure. I'm glad I finally have a Chameleon for the collection. I never got the, Rhino Wave Chameleon, and I think he's got really expensive on the aftermarket, so I was probably never going to get him. But I'm glad to have this guy now. and I can make the decision on how I like him in the collection, or how I want to have him in the collection. So there he is. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this unboxing. I haven't done a lot of these recently, but I've been trying to get through reviews and do some rankings and try to get some caught up from the end of last year and going into this year. Probably around March, I'm going to have a pile of loot come in, and I'll do reviews of all those figures. But this guy, I definitely expect to review sooner rather than later, and I'll give him his own video for that review. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this particular video. Kind of my initial thoughts on this figure, and kind of just, I don't know, just blabbing at the wind, my thoughts and how I feel about Chameleon. So that'll be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.